2021 Sandpiper 401 FLX. We're going to start right in the back here. We got this little black port. You open it up. We got cable and satellite inlets all there, all labeled right here. Right. Over on the side here in the end of your bumper, just going to pull that cap off. You reach in a little bit and we got your sewer hose in here. So once this guy's fully stretched out, it is about 20 feet long. Just take note of those 2 ears in your adapter right there. That's how we'll hook it up to your sewer system. Storing it in the bumper just helps keep any sort of stench out of the trailer. And in the corner here, you can see you've also got the stabilizer jacks. So as you run that guy down, it'll contact the ground. You give it another turn or two just to firm it up, and that'll just kind of get rid of any sort of bounce or sway in the trailer. Just help firm things up for you while you're in there. And right here, we've got a storage compartment. So inside here, you can see we do provide you with a water hose, as well as a park adapter to go from a 15 amp, so your standard household outlet, to a 30 amp, which is what you're going to be plugging this trailer in with one of your adapters. Here's a little jack for running all of your stabilizer jacks. And then the storage compartment here is also accessible from inside the unit underneath your bed. So right down here, we've got your sewer system. So the cap, as we pull that off, you can see it's got the same 2 ears that your sewer hose had. You're just gonna push that onto place, turn it, and lock it into place. And right up top here, we've got a label for all of your valves there. So the galley on the left here, I believe, is your kitchen sink. The gray in the center here is going to be your bathroom sink and your shower, and the gray two in the back there would be if you were dumping out your washer and dryer, if it were hooked up. And then right in the center right here, you got black, which is your toilet. So when you're dumping your tanks, you're gonna wanna dump that black first. Once that's done, we'll go to the gray and the galley, and just going from our dirtiest down to our cleanest, just to make sure that we're keeping that hose as clean as possible. And right up here, if we just pull this connection out, you can see as we open up that port there, we've got your power connection. So that little metal tab down there is going to line up with that metal tab here. Press it into place. Little 8th turn locks it in there, and then you got the threads and the threaded collar in the back there just to really lock it down. As we follow that cord back, it is a 50 amp cord because you do have the 2 air conditioners here. So if your campsite had the 50 amp that you can plug in, of course, just plug straight on in and you're good to go. Otherwise, we do provide you with what we call the dog bone adapter, which will take you down to from the 50 down to a 30 amp. So we'll plug that in. And at the end here, you've got the 30. Now most campsites will have that. You can plug straight on in, you're good to go. Just do keep in mind you've lost 20 amps of power and you will only be able to run one of your 2 air conditioners. So if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you'd be taking that adapter I just shown you, plugging it into there, and then plugging into a standard outlet. All right. So right down here, we got a black tank flush on the right here. So you just take your water hose, stick it into there, open up your black tank valve, and flush out that tank. The reason for doing that is over time, you may notice that your tank, you know for a fact it is empty, but it's still reading 1/3 or 2/3, whatever it may be. Most typically, that's some debris in the tank. This guy will just help clean all that out and give you a proper reading. In the center here, we've got a fresh water connection. So you take the same water hose, plug it into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up your fresh water tank. You know that tank is full once the vent towards the front starts spitting out water. You can't really see it, but you will see the water coming out of it. City water connection on the left here, so the same water hose is going to plug into there, and that'll turn on that water, and that's just going to pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Right up above it, we've got an exterior shower, so you'll get a key just like this guy here. Stick it on in there, open her up. 3-foot hose with hot and cold water, of course, so if the dog's out getting muddy or whatever, you can spray him off before he gets inside. And right up top here, we've got the exhaust for your furnace. So if you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure nothing's drooped over that or blocking it. It does get hot. Right here's your hot water tank. So you just got that keyway there, line it up, pop it open. 2 little pins in the bottom, pull it off of those. Before you ever turn it on, whether it be with electricity, which is just down here, or with propane, which is just inside the unit, you're just going to hit this pressure relief valve. Make sure that bit of water comes out. That bit of water coming out is just letting you know that the tank is full and it is safe to fire it up. Firing it up empty just runs the risk of burning out your elements and things like that. Now once we get inside and turn it on with propane, I will go over a reset procedure. The button that I'll refer to is just right in here. All right, so we'll line up that keyway, lock it back in place, and we're good. So right down here, just back a little bit, you've got those 2 lines right there. The one on the left is red, the one on the right is blue. Those are just low point drains. So you just open up those valves and that'll just drain out the water lines in the unit. All right. Down a little bit further, you got this white gate valve right here. That is your fresh water tank. You pull that valve out, it drains out your water tank. That's that. So to the front of the unit here, right in this black box there is your battery. That battery is charging as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back, or into your 7-pin to your tow vehicle. Underneath this black cover here, as we pull it up, you've got your propane tanks. So right in the front here, you can see it's currently green. It's just letting you know there is propane in the lines, so you're good to go. If it were to go red, it's letting you know there's no longer any propane in the lines. So if you've got that tank open, it's empty, you're gonna switch that off. Take that arrow, switch it over to the other tank while you draw off of this tank. Right. So the tongue jack here, one way is up and the other way is down. And then right back here, you just got that switch in the bottom for a little outside light here. Right. Just slides into place. Then you also got the little flap in the top there so you can access your 2 valves. Now if you just look up here, you can see you got those 2 orange lights in the front. We're going to refer to those as your scare lights. You'll see those come on as soon as we get inside. Right behind that point there is just the hydraulic system for your slide outs. Nothing really there for you to worry about. And as we make our way back, you can see you've got the patio door here. And then your rear entrance to your bedroom, as well as a GFI protected outlet. And your cable and satellite outlets. Alright, and then you got your 2 exterior speakers. And then in the back, you just got the ladder for getting up top, check your seals, whatever like that. And right down here, we've got a quick connect for your propane system. If you're looking to run a barbecue or whatever, you just plug in right back here and you're good to go. Also, you do just have that valve there, so with that valve open, you cannot undo that collar. It's just kind of an added safety, all right? So close that off, and then you can operate it. And so that's your barbecue quick connect. And we'll come back up to your bedroom door here. Just grab the bottom of your steps, pull that out, flip that bottom step out. We'll open up our door, and we can head on inside. So back here, of course, is all closed off. You will have your patio door key. You'll be able to get straight into your switches. For right now though, we kind of got to squeeze our way through here. Okay. So like I said, you'll have a key for your patio door. You'll be able to get in through here. And then as you come in, right inside this cabinet here, we'll open that up. We've got all of your switches. So we're going to start with the hallway switch, turn on the hallway light. Then the ceiling light does your first half of the kitchen and living room here. And down in the bottom right here, we got the slide out, so we'll press and hold out, and the slides will all make their ways out. Now it's going to start with that bedroom slide first, typically, and then it'll come and do a living room slide here. So if you're outside just looking, making sure that you're not hitting anything, that's kind of the order it'll go in. All right, and that's that. So you can kind of hear the extra little bit of load on the motor once it's done all the way, and that's that. And then, so the hallway and the ceiling, and then we've got the porch light, so a little amber light right above your patio door entrance, and then the awning light will do the strip below your awning. For your awning, we got that switch right here. We're just gonna press and hold extend, and the awning will make its way out. So once we're fully extended, you'll just see a little white flap at the end coming down, just like that, and then you'll see the tube. Now if you were to continue extending from right here, it will actually wind itself up backwards, in which case the fabric will be underneath of the tube, allowing it to then hold water and accelerate the growth of mold and mildew. So just make sure that you do keep the fabric over top of the tube. All right. So with it open, it's of course going to be holding water either way if it were to start raining. So what you can do is you can just grab either arm, just pull it in, and then you got that little knob in the bottom here, just tighten that down, and that just changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. All right. Now if you like that angle better, just because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing at the back arm and get yourself a bit more shade. All right. Once we're done, we're just going to loosen those off, allow the awning to extend completely, just so that it's not going and bending any arms. Then we can press and hold retract, and it comes on in. Again, just making sure that that fabric goes over top of the tube. And also, once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour of wind, you're going to want to bring this guy back in just so that the wind doesn't catch it and bend your arms again. And that's that. So right up above your hallway switch, you've got your water pump switch. Turn that switch on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of the freshwater tank. And beside that, we've got the water heater. So this is your propane control. Turn that on, it'll fire up on propane. So with that light on, it's letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once the light is out, the sequence has started. If it were to come on after 3 tries, it's letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, you'll be going out and using that reset button that we'd shown you. So stood right here, you can hear the clicks of it going, and then you can hear the whir of the flame. We know that guy's good to go. All right. And right up in the top, you got the switches there for your black 1 and black 2. The unit only has the 1 black, so we're leaving it there. For your gray 1, that is your gray tank. For gray 2, that is going to be your, obviously your second gray tank, which I believe is your laundry tank. All right. So we'll leave that on 1 for now because you don't have the washer dryer hooked up in here or in here at all. All right, so for your monitor systems, we'll press and hold black, tells you where you're at. So as you fill that up, it'll go to 1/3, 2/3, and full. Same idea for your gray 1, and then you switch that for gray 2. Galley, like I said earlier, is your kitchen sink. And then H2O is gonna be your freshwater tank. All right. For your battery, because we're plugged in right now, we're currently charged, and then good, fair, and weak as it goes down. All right. So right down below that, right in here, you can see you've got this little binder in that pouch there. It's got all of your owner's manuals and remotes, anything like that for the unit. It's all in there. And then below that, we've got your converter. So press top and center, pops open. Got all of your breakers across the top here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it'll sit in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on. On the right side here, you've got all of your fuses. So if a fuse were to ever pop, you'll get a little red LED beside it, letting you know exactly which one's gone. Right here is return air for your furnace and also access to your hot water tank. So if you're looking to winterize your unit, you're going to be coming through this guy here. And then up top of that, we got a little bit of storage as well as across the top. Right. So beside that up top here, we got the vent mates. So we'll turn that fan on, opens it up. That's right above your sink there. Right. So you can cycle through your speeds of 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then of course you can just turn it off, in which case it'll close itself. If you just want that vent open, you can hit vent open, and the vent will open up and leave the fan off. And then of course you can just close it. This switch right here is for your ceiling fan up front there. You can see you've also got the chain there for changing all of your speeds, as well as the switch on the side of it for lifting or pushing air. All right, turn that back off. Down here, you got the light switches there. The one on the right is your pendant light above your island. The one on the left was your front scare lights, all right? So you can see right by your entrance there, you've got your fire extinguisher, so pull the pan point and shoot. Then in the slide out here, you got the light over your dinette, as well as above the recliners. On this side here, that light switch does a little accent light above the slide out there. Great. Up front here, you got these 2 switches up on the wall. The one on the right does your ceiling light here. The one on the left does the reading lights. All right. A little bit of storage across the top. Okay. And right back there as well is the router for your Wi-Fi. This couch here, we're just going to pull these back cushions off. We're going to grab the bottom of the couch, lift it up, bring these legs out, pull it up and out, sit it down. I'll grab this back piece and fold it down. And that's your bed. If you wanted to, you could take the cushions and leave them as a header. Also on either side, you've just got the power outlets and USB charging. When you're done, you're just gonna flip it up, pick up your foot, flip the legs back in, it falls in half back into place. Okay, so your entertainment area here, again, a little accent light up top. TV, remotes for that, like I said, just in that pouch. A little bit of storage on each side. The stereo here, so the power button there, of course, turn it on. And we'll just go to, so that little button right there is going to cycle through all of your modes. TV, which should be linked in. Auxiliary, which is right in the front here. And again, it goes into FM. So that's just going to grab your radio signal, of course. After that, optical, which is in the back of the unit. And then HDMI, which again, just in the back. DVD, which is right here and hooked up. Hit it again, and it goes to, I believe, optical. Just cycles through everything, of course, right? So speaker set A is the soundbar itself. Speaker set B is your set kind of by the entrance there. And speaker set C was your outside set, right? Power button, turn it back off. For your fireplace down here, the button on the left there turns it on. Center left, you've got your light control, so it just kind of dims it all. In the center, we've got your temperature, or your fan speed, sorry, low and high, right? Center right, we've got your temperature, so that is of course in Fahrenheit. It just increases and then cycles back around. And then on the right here, we've got a timer, 30 minutes to 9 hours. Right, the power button, turn it back off. A little bit more storage on either side, as well as the drawers. The drawers are all on these soft slam things, so you cannot slam them. Right, close themselves type thing. Okay. A little bit of more storage. Okay. So these two switches here, the one on the left, those are kind of countertop lights. The one on the right will do a little blue night light above your TV. A little bit more storage across the top. Right. Plug in for your microwave up there. And then just the microwave's pretty standard with the addition of the light on the bottom for your stove, as well as the vent. Alright, so high and low. So of course, propane stove, whenever you're using it, is putting off fumes. You want to make sure that vent is on, evacuating said fumes. And then you're just going to take a knob, turn it over to high, and she fires right up by herself. Right. So you can see with the different sizes, you've got different heat levels here. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but the front right here is your hottest, and that back right is your coldest. Okay. For your oven, we're just going to turn that over to that little flame there. And then if you just look through that grate in the bottom, you can just see the glow of that little blue flame there. Once you get that flame going, you just want to hold the knob in for another few seconds, and then you can release and it'll hold itself. Come on. Alright, so there we go. It's now holding itself, and then we can just turn up to our desired temperature, and you see your fire right up. Once you're done, you can turn it down to the pilot light, and it'll hold just the pilot light for you. However, if you're going traveling or leaving the trailer for a while, you just want to make sure that's right off. Either side of your knobs, you got the light switches there. So the one on the left is your knobs, the one on the right is your oven. You got your fridge here, so just a little travel latch in the center here, just undo that and pull it out. And then we've got access to the fridge, all the controls across the top there. And then the drawer section for your freezer. All right. Once we're done, we're just going to take the latch, line it back in with the little nut back there, and thread it into place. Right. And then on your island here, so you do have the two hard sink covers. Pop those off and over to the side. And then you've got hot and cold water, of course, with the shower head feature. Below it is kind of your garbage on the left there with all of your central vac accessories. Water filter is just right back there as well as your water pump down below. So this is not actually a storage compartment. It is just kind of the garbage bin, right? Drawer space on the side here. So into the hallway now, you got a little bit more storage here, closet space down below. This here's your main thermostat, so we got the bar in the bottom there, wake it up, and then we can cycle through our fan speeds, so you go low or high. And so that's just going to be running the fan, there's no cooling involved there, it's just moving air. After that we can go into cool high, so that's going to leave the high fan on all the time, cycling cooling in and out as needed. Same thing for low. On auto, that'll actually cut the fan in and out as needed. So with the air conditioner going, you basically got two different options. You can have these two louvers there closed, in which case it's moving all of its air through the roof ducting, ceiling ducting, or you can open them both up, in which case it's just dumping all of its air into the living area here. So when you first get into your campground, you're going to open those up, cool off this area as quickly as you can, and then close them off to move the air throughout. Right? Right below that, we've got your central vac. So you pick that up, stick your hose into there, turn it on, and that's that. For changing your bag, you're just gonna pull down right there, and there it is. Right. Actually, once the cooling's done here, we'll just press that bottom bar again. It'll come down into heat. Temperature selection is just with your arrows here. So on heat, it'll turn off the air conditioning fan, and then it'll turn on the furnace. The furnace is moving its air through all of the flow registers there. If you're wondering whether or not your furnace is actually working, you can just go outside and check the exhaust for it, and that'll be blowing hot air. After heat, you can hit that bar again, comes down to off and just cycles back around. So we'll come into your bathroom now. Right inside, we've got the wall switch there. And then right up above it, we've got your fans. So that button there turns it on. Button below it, turn it off. You got the open and close right there, so you can see we're kind of just in the middle right now. Medicine cabinets here, so a little bit of storage up in there. Of course, hot and cold water. GFI reset up on the wall here, so test on the bottom, reset on top. A little bit of storage below, so you can see on the side there we do have a toilet paper dispenser in there for you. We don't install it just because it is a location is personal preference. Shower here, of course, the deluxe head, hot and cold water. Then the travel latch just on the side here. So we'll come back in the bedroom now. All right, and the light switch is just right up on the wall here. Got that switch above it for your ceiling fan. You also have the reversal for it, as well as the speed. Above that, we've got the thermostat control for this air conditioner. All right, so the customer's opted to go with the second air conditioner. We've installed that in here for them. So we can go up and we can use a fan, which again, just moving air. It gets stuck between high and low there. All right, then we can go to cool. Again, just selecting our fan, high or low, and selecting our temperature. There she goes. All right. Turn it off once we're done. A little bit of storage up on the wall there, USB charging and a power outlet down on the wall. You can see that right there is the roof vent that was removed to install this air conditioner. And right up in the head of the bed, the switches are on this side. Got the two little reading lights there, right? Also the night light in the back. Some storage across the top. That other one's the same. Like I'd said outside, if you just pick up the foot of your bed, you do have access into your storage compartment. Right? A little bit of drawer space here. And right behind this barn door here, if you just get rid of that travel latch, open it up, you can see you've got your TV box in here. So if you're looking to pull that out for winter storage, somewhere to keep it. And also, kind of in that corner there, you can see we've got the water lines there ready for a washer dryer setup to be installed in here. Right. A little bit of storage above, and then of course just your closet space. Okay. And then the drawers. Okay. Protected outlet on the side. And then right up top here, you've got another one right here, right in the center. That's your cable inside, or sorry, that's your antenna outlet. Your antenna is turned on, just that button there, that green light comes on, letting you know it's on. And then your cable and satellite outlet right there. All right. Now, if you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.